Let's get the steel cut up, cleaned up, stacked up, and in the forge.
Back in the fire.
It's now time to start drawing this billet out so we can cut it up and restack. The power hammer makes quick work of drawing this billet out.
I let this cool off in the forge real slow. So now I'm going to cut the ends off and cut it up into 5 pieces and restack.
Back in the forge for the second forge weld.
So I'm going to be doing 2 knives, roughly that shape. I'm going to have about a 3 to 3 1/4 inch blade. One will be raindrop, one will be ladder. So I like to draw them on the anvil so I can forge as close to the shape that I need as I can. So this is going to be all the forging we're going to do for the raindrop pattern one for right now. We'll let it cool off slow so it's easy to drill the holes in the side to get that pattern. So I'm going to set this on top of the forge so it cools down slow while we forge the ladder pattern blade out. Let's get the grinder out, grind that back smooth, and then we can finish forging out the blade. So that's going to be all for the forging on the ladder blade. So now it is time to drill into the raindrop patterned blade. All right, so here is the raindrop pattern. It's all drilled in there both sides. Time to throw her in the forge and flatten her out. We got rid of most of the divots in there. It did come out quite a little bigger than what my drawing is here, so we're going to forge it down just a little bit. Here they are, all forged up. The ladder and then the raindrop still.
Time to start rough grinding in the profile and the bevels. Don't forget to add the maker's mark.
All right, so here is the raindrop. You can see some of those little circles around in there. Oops. Maybe a little on this side. It's kind of hard to see on this one. They are there. And then here is the ladder pattern. You can see those ladders running up and down right there. So turned out pretty good.
It's time to start finish grinding both blades. So I cleaned up the flats and then onto the clip. Now it's time to finish grinding those bevels. So now I'm going to work on the choil area. I'm going to get that ground down so that matches where the plunge lines come down from the ricasso. Now I've got the file guide on here and I'm going to square up these shoulders so there's a good place for the guard to fit. So here they are, all ready for hand sanding. They're finished ground. Get these all hand sanded up to 800 grit. And then it will be time to start fitting the guard and handle. Now we are ready to fit a guard. Okay, so we have the slot milled in the guard right here for this one. We will get that fit up. We need to do a little bit of filing on there to get that fit nice and tight. I already have the other one done. It is all fit up, no gaps whatsoever. Let's get this one fit up. See if we can't knock this on there. Not too bad for the first try putting it on there. It's got a little bit of gapping right there if you can see it. So we'll take that off, close that gap up, get it back on there, and we'll have this one seated. There you can see, maybe, how I mushroomed that in right there a little bit. Close up that gap. There she is. No gaps anymore, either side. Knock that off of there and grind her back smooth. No gaps, looks good, ready for a handle, both of them. All right, let's pick out some handle material. We're going with black micarta and this handle shape right here. So there's one fit up, looks really good. Fits together nice. It doesn't even really have much slack in it. But it's nice and straight. So get the other one fit up. Finally, after an hour of fiddling with this one to fit the handle on there, broke a drill bit off inside there and had a heck of a time getting it out of there.
All right, so here's a quick little sneak peek at the ladder pattern blade. Ladder pattern. Let's see what the... Oh yeah, we can see the raindrop on that one. Look at all those little circles. All right, that one's gonna be cool. All right, we'll let it etch for a minute and then we'll go sand off the oxides. All right, so here is the ladder pattern blade. We'll do a little wet sanding, get those oxides off there. Same thing with this one.
All right, here's the raindrop. You can see all those little circles that we put in there with the drill bit on both sides. Here's the ladder pattern. This side kind of got a little bit washed out. When I was pressing it, I think my forging die moved a little bit when I was putting the pattern in. This side looks pretty good. So now it's time to glue everything up. Second blade. Here they are, 400 grit off of the grinder. Shaped up real nice. So now it is on to hand sanding. We'll take these up to 800 grit and then buff it. Jimmy Buffett. Probably not Jimmy Buffett. Just Buffett.
So which one of these two patterns is your favorite? Leave me a comment down below.
So here they are, guys, all finished up. Patterns turned out really good. For such a simple pattern, they turn out really well. That micarta always shines up so nice. Feels really good in the hand. Gonna make a great little knife for somebody.